Hello, this is Wayne, and we are looking at the Framon #2 key machine. This is going to be one of the most rock-solid units that you can physically purchase. It's been around since the early 70s and has been just a tried and true trooper in the key machine world in the locksmith industry. I'm going to give you a general overview of how to use this machine and the function of it and why it does what it does. So this here is a giant X and Y milling machine, basically. So you can set your X and Y axis based on mathematical equations through the dials. We have the spacing dial here, and we have the depth dial here. So we're going to use math along with this spacing block. This is the #1 spacing block. It says #1 on the end. This is set up for a Schlag SC keyway, and it's set up to the 156 spacing here. So this is going to be our book, and you will get this book with the kit, and I'm just going to go over the basics. So we're going to do a #1 spacing of 231. We're going to do a #1 cut of 320, okay? So you also get generic code with this. So let's say you wanted to make a Ford key. Your generic code is going to give you the spacing, code, increments, cuts, spaces, and depths. All right here. It's going to tell you everything. It's going to tell you the key blank. This is going to come with a downloadable software that comes with the machine. There's also an online version, G-Code Online. For about $100, you get a subscription to that. So keep that in mind. This software is designed to make the ease and use of and function of this machine very easy to use. So just keep that in mind. Now, we're going to place the key into the jaws. You can use the little shoulder check if you want. Okay, tighten it down. One of the things I'd like to bring up is that this machine feeds directly straight into the cutter head here. Okay, a lot of other machines are going to rotate up. That's going to give you a bit of an arc, and it's going to give you a curved cut, where one side's going to be just a couple thousandths higher than the other side, whereas this is a direct flat feed. I'm then going to use the spacing dial. It is rotated all the way counterclockwise, all the way over to the left. We're going to get it back to 0, and then we're going to begin counting. Each revolution of the dial is 50 thousandths. So to get to 231, we have 50, 100, 150, 200, 31. Now this spacing, the spacing block here gets lined up with this, and now you are done. You do not have to count the rotations anymore. You simply move to each one of the lines indicated based on having a 5 or 6 pin key. To set the depth, we come down and we see 300. So we are at the 300 with the 0, and we want a 320. Okay, put the cut exactly on 320. We're now ready to begin the cut. Once this is set like this, making the rest of the cuts is going to be very fast and easy. We're then going to pull the lever, feed the key into the cutter head, and we have now made our cut. You cannot overcut this key. You just can't do it. It comes to a full and complete mechanical stop. So there's no chance to overcut the key. Take this off. This is our #1 cut. I have an electronic, digital micrometer. Oop. You can see you are right right on track. 32, dead even. Okay? We can also check it with the also supplied mechanical mic. Okay? Right there. 3, 1, 2, 3, 20. Perfect. Absolutely perfect cut. Now, one of the most amazing things about this machine is the fact that I have another machine over here. Same exact machine, just from the late 70s, early 80s. I'm going to take the exact same key blank. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put it into the jaws, shoulder check, tighten it down, bring the spacing around, find my 0. $50, 100, 150, 200, 31. Set my spacing block, number 1 on 156. Set my depth. We're going to do the exact same depth for a comparison. Number 1 cut. Turn the machine on. Oh, we need to do a number 2. I'm sorry. There we go. Feed the key in. Turn the machine off. Check it. So a machine that's cut tens of thousands of keys throughout its lifetime still cuts impeccably accurate. Impeccably accurate. I would venture to say that this is the most accurate cutting machine on the market right now, and will be for a long time. This machine is very, very old, cut tens of thousands of keys. So if you only want to buy one key machine, this is probably going to be it. It's going to last you 30, 40, 50 years, and it's still going to cut extremely accurate. We'll go ahead and get the digital mic on here too. Amazing. Truly amazing how that actually turns out. Just perfect every time. So, you know, late 70s, early 80s machine right here that's cut thousands and thousands of keys, tens of thousands of keys, still cutting as accurate as the one right off the showroom floor. You do have a head turn or tilt to cut your Medico or high security keys. You can see that up here. You can cut flat keys. You can cut high security keys, Primus, ASA, pretty much anything. Automotive keys, just about anything that's not a Sidewinder key or a, like the side cut laser keys. Other than that, this machine is going to do it all, and it's going to do it all for years and years, really decades. It's practically impossible to wear one of these machines out. You can see the giant motor on here. It's just really, really a tank, really a trooper, and it's going to last you an entire lifetime. So you need to think about that when you're purchasing a key machine, because this machine is, if it's going to be in a mobile office, it's going to be bouncing around in your van. Now, after 100,000 miles, your shocks are blown out. The springs may need to be replaced. There's a lot of things that have happened to your van throughout the travels of your work. So your key machine is going through the exact same thing. I have personally picked this machine up and dropped it on the concrete twice, and it is cut exactly the same before and after cutting. For more information, visit Framon.com and check out a Framon number 2. Thanks for watching. Included in the Framon package is going to be this block set, 1 through 5. You're going to get additional cutters as well. Right here. You're going to get a slaughter cutter for doing safe deposit keys. So it will do your flat steel safe deposit keys. And you're going to get another cutter here for doing automotive. The cutter head that actually is on here is going to do probably about 80% of the keys that you're naturally going to be doing. But it does come with these other cutter heads as options. For the most part, one of the biggest advantages of this machine is that you really don't have to change the cutter head. You can pretty much leave that one on there and be perfectly fine. Only if you get into some very specialized keys, some foreign automotive stuff or safe deposit work, would you need to change the cutter head, but it is adaptable to that should the need arise. Alrighty guys, this is it. This is the torture test right here. I'm gonna put this key blank in here. I'm gonna turn the machine on. It's set for a number 1 cut. Let's see here. The number 3 spacing, number 1 cut, number 3 spacing. Okay. Turn that off. We're gonna mic it. 3205. Right on the money. Or 32 dead even. Sorry. Okay. So now I'm going to do the same thing. After we drop the machine, I'm going to pick it up. Boom. 1, 2. Okay. We're not messing around. Okay. Do that with your key machine. Nobody else is going to be willing to do that, but I'm willing to do it for you guys so you can see. I'm going to move this over. Dial's going to be set back to that 20. Okay. I'm going to turn the machine on. Make sure that it's set. Turn the machine on. Cut. Number 4 spacing. Machine off. Beautiful. Look at that. Same thing. Right there. 3205. I mean, that's incredible. You know, and that could have just been a little bit of vibration or whatever through the dial right there, but that is all the proof you should need.